Alright guys, what's going on? This video is going to be how to be the most disciplined version of yourself. And before I get into it, if you're new here, if you've never seen me before, you're probably thinking, what the hell does this guy know? Well, I'm not going to friggin' make a bunch of video edits to make this entertaining for you or prove my worth or whatever, that type of shit. If you want to believe I was fat at one point, okay, check my Instagram. I have a before and after there. I'm not going to post it here because I don't want to edit this shit. I was fat before. Got myself to shape, sustained single-digit body fat for about 3 years now or so, give or take. And been doing this for a while. And I've also been able to do fairly decently impressive numbers in my career. So I would like to share what I believe makes you the most disciplined version of yourself. So before I get into it, I want to really preach something. Discipline is kind of overrated because you go off discipline for so long, but then eventually it's almost like your body just doesn't identify with wanting to do it anymore. So like what I mean by this is, actually, you know what? The first part of discipline is filming this video because I really don't want to fucking do this right now, okay? I'm tired, I'm still waking up, but I told myself I would do it, okay? The first part of discipline is doing what you say you're gonna do regardless of how you feel like in the moment. That's the definition of discipline, and you got to do it like you enjoy it. So I'm pretending to enjoy this video. I really don't want to fucking film it, I'll be honest. But here I am sitting on the couch doing it. So that what I believe will start really helping you with discipline is write a to-do list every fucking day. Write out what you have to do, whether it's get your steps in, build up your whatever type of career you're launching, doesn't matter. You have to write this shit down. And then every time you put your head on the pillow, everything on that to-do list is checked off. This is going to train your muscle in your brain of like acting on discipline because you're not going to be motivated all the time. But you have to identify as someone that finishes that list regardless of how you fucking feel. And like, how do you like stay consistent at it? Well, it's really simple. It's hard, but it's simple. I want you to imagine someone running away from a bear. They're not just going to stop running because they're tired, because they're going to fucking die. Right? But if you run towards an ice cream truck, how far would you run for the ice cream truck? It might be too far out of reach where you don't really try enough because you don't need the ice cream. It's not a necessity. So discipline and staying consistent, it's not necessarily you can't stay consistent or you can't stay disciplined at something. You mostly choose not to. Like all of you guys, I promise you, all you guys are consistent and disciplined with showing up for work, even when you don't feel like it. Why? Because your electricity in your house depends on it. Your rent depends on it. It's like you running away from a bear. You're gonna power through on days you don't feel like. You're gonna triple down on coffee if you need it. So being disciplined is a lot easier when there's enough urgency there. So how do you create the urgency? Well, ask yourself this. What happens if you don't change? What happens if all your problems stay the same and you're in the same spot 6 months from now? What is your health? What is your career? What is your dating life? Like, what does that all look like? Because don't say you won't let it happen, because here you are, my friend. You're watching a video on how to be disciplined. You fucking aren't disciplined. So that's how you create urgency. If you want to take this to another level, you want to attach the emotion of how you feel if you stay the same for 6 months, a year. How does that feel? Because people remember feelings as opposed to logic. Like I could tell you don't smoke cigarettes, you're going to die. But you're not going to care. You're still going to do it. But if I told you the effect of the family, it's like your kids are going to be left without a dad. They're going to grow up, like all that type of stuff. That is what's going to most likely cause you to stop smoking and overcome the difficultiness. That's what you're able to power through on. It's the emotion side of things. Now, to get back to the earlier point of the video where I said discipline is kind of overrated, well, you're probably thinking, well, what the fuck does that mean? The point I'm saying is I don't rely on discipline to stay the way I am right now. It would take more discipline for me to go have donuts right now and hit my calories. Like, that would take discipline. But for me to skip donuts, it's fucking easy. And the reason why this is powerful is because of something called an identity. Now, for those not familiar with that, when you identify as something, it is very, very, very difficult not to do those actions. For instance, if a kid was sitting in front of like a birthday cake or whatever, I don't know, I just make this example on the spot. If a kid's sitting in front of a birthday cake, maybe the guy's like 8 years old or whatever, and he was really wanting the cake, right? You wouldn't tell the kid, and say you have to go downstairs to get the candles to light up the cake or whatever. You wouldn't sit there and tell, don't eat the cake while I'm gone, right? That'd be bad for you to do it, okay? Naughty child, right? Because he's gonna do it, because he wants it. And he's like, oh, I could just sneak in a little piece here, no one will know. But if you tell the kid, hey, James, you are so strong and so healthy, and you are just like incredibly such a good child. I know you're not gonna do it. I know you're not gonna eat the cake while I go get the candles. Like little things like that. Like, give them an identity. Or if it's like a friend doesn't like normally pay back money or whatever, you don't tell that person, hey, you're not gonna pay back. You're such a lazy person with money. You're so disrespectful, that type of shit. Because he's gonna just say, oh, fuck you. I'm just gonna keep being like that way. You already labeled me as that. So I would tell them, hey, I know you're a man of your word, and I know you respect me, and I know you respect like the money I gave you, and I believe you'll pay me back, man. No worries. And now he's like, oh, fuck, I gotta live to that identity. It's the same thing. I'll give you another example. When you get called the fat kid, what do you start doing? Oh, well, I'm the fat kid. I might as well just act like the fat kid. I might as well stuff my face full of donuts. I'm just a fat guy. You're identifying as what that title is. But if I were to tell you, hey, you know what? You're really trying to lose weight. You're passionate, man. I know you're not gonna be able. It's an identity. The point of this video is like, if you claim an identity, it will be so much easier than discipline. Because again, I'm not going off discipline anymore. I'm just going off, this is who I am. I could in fact go get donuts right now. Very easy, and just put in my mouth. And will it affect my progress? No, really, not in isolation. But it's just not who I am. It's not who I am. I don't do that. And that is way more powerful than discipline, because discipline is like a game where sometimes you're not going to be perfect, but for discipline for a long enough period, it becomes an identity. Hope that was helpful. And if you have any big takeaways, let me know.